This is impressive, my friend. Just when it seemed the Eagles' roster was set, the front office surprised everyone and brought in a new addition who could have a major impact on special teams. A quick, unexpected move that's already creating buzz around the NFL. But it doesn't stop there, because while the fans were celebrating the thrilling victory against the Rams, some not-so-good news began to circulate. The Eagles' secondary could be in trouble before the most anticipated game of the season so far. I'll reveal the behind-the-scenes details, the decisions, and the risks the franchise is now facing. But first, if you're a passionate Eagles fan, like, subscribe, and hit the bell, because what I'm going to tell you today could completely change the way you view this team. The Philadelphia Eagles are keeping fans on the edge of their seats as the team continues to make big moves following their thrilling Week 3 victory over the Los Angeles Rams. The Eagles announced an unexpected but strategic signing on Monday. Wide receiver Xavier Gipson, fresh off his transfer from the New York Giants. The signing comes just days after the Eagles' hard-fought victory and is already causing a stir in the football world. But here's where it gets interesting. The Eagles were forced to make room for Gipson by releasing offensive lineman Kenyon Green, a surprising decision that could have a significant impact on the team's overall roster. Gipson, at just 24, may not be a household name, but he brings a lot of promise. After entering the NFL as an undrafted free agent with the New York Jets in 2023, Gipson quickly distinguished himself as a dynamic returner. His most memorable moment came in Week 1 of the 2023 season when he was named AFC Special Teams Player of the Week after a spectacular 65-yard punt return for a touchdown in an overtime victory against the Buffalo Bills. This explosive play was just a glimpse of what Gipson could bring to the table, as he averaged an impressive 26.0 yards per return in 2023, with his best coming in 2024, when he averaged 28.8 yards per return. Over the past 2 seasons, Gipson has also caught 27 passes for 268 yards and a touchdown. He is a versatile player who can make an impact as both a return specialist and a receiver. However, things didn't go as smoothly for Gipson in the 2025 season. In Week 1, he made a critical error by fumbling a kickoff in the fourth quarter, allowing the Pittsburgh Steelers to recover and score a touchdown just 2 plays later, resulting in a devastating loss to the Jets. This mistake ultimately led to his dismissal, but the Eagles see an opportunity in it, especially considering the struggles of their own special teams. Speaking of special teams, the Eagles faced significant issues in that area during the win over the Rams. The team's usual suspects, wide receiver John Mechie III and running back Tank Bigsby, failed to make any notable returns, putting the spotlight squarely on the Eagles' struggles in the return games. But it wasn't all bad news for special teams. Defensive tackle Jordan Davis excelled, blocking a field goal and returning it for a touchdown that helped secure the victory. With a perfect 3-0 record, the Eagles now prepare for a crucial Week 4 matchup against the undefeated Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who are also hungry for a win. However, the Eagles aren't out of the woods yet. While their offense and special teams look solid, the team's defense faces a growing crisis. The secondary is at risk, with significant injuries to cornerbacks Adoree Jackson and Jacorian Bennett, who could miss the game against the Buccaneers. Jackson suffered a groin injury in the third quarter of the game against the Rams, and Bennett's injury is still under evaluation. With both players potentially out for the decisive matchup, the Eagles' defense is suddenly short on options at cornerback. In the first 3 games of the season, Jackson has been solid, with 13 tackles and 2 pass breakups, while Bennett has contributed 6 tackles and 1 pass breakup. Losing both players would be a major blow to the Eagles' secondary, and the team may have to rely on inexperienced players to step up. The likely candidates to fill the role are rookie Mac McWilliams, who could make his first start at cornerback, and Kaylee Ringo, who was considered for the CB2 role during training camp but lost out to Jackson. Ringo's struggles during the preseason raise questions about his readiness to start, but the Eagles may have no choice but to give him a chance. With the secondary constantly changing, the Eagles could also turn to their practice squad for reinforcements. Veterans like Brandon Johnson and Perry Nickerson could be called up to add depth. Nickerson, who impressed in the preseason with an interception against the New York Jets, could be the first choice due to his veteran experience and recent standout standout performance. If the Eagles are forced to rely on these less experienced options, it will be a test of their defensive depth and the coaching staff's ability to adapt quickly. This is a nightmare scenario for the Eagles, especially considering the timing of the injuries. The Buccaneers are a talented team with a potent offense, and the Eagles' secondary will have to find a way to excel in this crucial game. The Philadelphia Eagles enter Week 4 with a perfect 3-0 record, but the road ahead is far from smooth. As the team prepares for a crucial matchup against the undefeated Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they face a nightmare scenario in the secondary. Cornerbacks Adoree Jackson and Jacorian Bennett are dealing with injuries that could sideline them, leaving the Eagles' defense in a precarious position. Jackson's injury occurred in the third quarter of the Week 3 game against the Los Angeles Rams, when he suffered a groin strain. While the full extent of both players would be a significant blow to the Eagles' defense, especially considering the importance of this game against the Buccaneers. With Jackson and Bennett potentially out, the Eagles could turn to rookie Mac McWilliams to start at cornerback, although he has yet to play a snap in the regular season. Kelee Ringo, a promising rookie who was competing for the CB2 spot during training camp, could also be called up, but his preseason struggles have raised questions about his readiness. If McWilliams and Ringo struggle to hold down the lead, the Eagles could turn to the practice squad for reinforcements. Veterans like Brandon Johnson or Perry Nickerson could be brought in for depth. Nickerson, in particular, made a strong impression during the preseason with an interception against the New York Jets, and his experience could give him an advantage in this situation. However, relying on inexperienced players in such a critical game is far from ideal for the Eagles. The timing of these injuries couldn't be worse. The Buccaneers come into the game with a perfect record and boast a potent offense led by quarterback Baker Mayfield and wide receiver Mike Evans. The Eagles have struggled against the Buccaneers in recent years, losing 6 of the last 7 meetings dating back to 2015. With the secondary in crisis, the Eagles' defense will have to find a way to assert itself and contain the Buccaneers' weapons. This game promises to be a must-win for the Eagles. With their impeccable record on the line, they can't afford to let cornerback injuries derail their season. If the Eagles' defense can weather the storm and find a way to stop the Buccaneers, it will be a landmark victory. But if they falter, the consequences could be dire. The next few days will be crucial for the Eagles as they prepare for this high-stakes matchup. Injuries to Jackson and Bennett have cast a shadow over the team's defense, and the Eagles will need all their depth and coaching experience to overcome this challenge. The fate of their perfect start hangs in the balance, and this game against the Buccaneers could be the defining moment of the season. Stay tuned as the Eagles attempt to navigate these difficult circumstances and maintain their undefeated streak. With the signing of Xavier Gipson and the injuries to cornerbacks Adoree Jackson and Jacorian Bennett, how do you believe the Eagles will overcome these challenges in their crucial matchup against the Buccaneers, considering the importance of maintaining their unbeaten streak and improving performances on special teams and in the secondary? Leave your opinion here. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. I'll be back later to update you with the latest Eagles news.